It's getting hot, so we're gonna make some new dresses. I have stitched the motifs like this, and I love it. Really, really pretty, to be honest. That will take me so much. Hi. I'm gonna have a thing. She looks like a Japanese lady, doesn't she? I'm gonna cut the intro short because I just want to get into the sewing. I bought a crafter's halfway done project. How beautiful is this? And how much patience? This I don't have the patience for myself. So I was so happy to find it because I am never gonna be making this. Now, I have an idea of using this not to carry on working on them and making a quilt. If that was your idea, I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm gonna make a lovely summer dress, and I'm gonna have to line it because, as you can see, no edges have been fixed. I'm not gonna undo it. I'm just gonna use what I've got, and then I'm gonna use all the cuts that I have here to create a little bit more fabric to make something with it. So let's start. The works around here in the buildings seems to always be happening, so I'm sorry for the noises. Right, so we have, am I too far from you? I probably am. Okay, so we have a few of these lovely flowers, rosettes. I'm sure that some of you know what the name of this quilt block is. I'm gonna call them flowers because that's what they look like to me. They are hexagons, 1, 2, 3, yeah, hexagons pieces cut into the shape of flowers. Obviously, I like these darker ones. I think I might have only like 2 or 3. Yeah, 3. I have 3 of the darker ones, and they are different with more darker fabrics. I cannot really justify putting them like that because, you know, this is a very unfortunately position. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to position one of them like kind of in the center here somehow. I think there's nothing like natural light. Anyway, let's start with the darker colors. The idea is to create some kind of bodice, that I can use as a dress, really. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to line them up because, you know, I show you the insides are not finished, and that's not very nice. So I have to really figure out a way of creating fabric to create a neckline. Maybe I can cut it in half. I have these two that are the same color combination. So if I was to do like this maybe, and then like this, and then I was to put this guy, here. This is obviously now quite thick because it's doubled up. Maybe I could just cut them in half along this line. And then that's probably better, isn't it? Okay, let me see. I'm gonna have to play a little bit with it because I generally don't know what I want to do. Anyway, since I have all the little pieces cut off and ready, I could make a few, stitch a few and make some kind of straps to make some strap here to put it like a vest. I think I could do that. That actually looks nice. If I was to fill, maybe I could do one strap set. It's quite a lot of fabric. So I could actually still use it as it is, you know what I mean? Still use it showing the shape of the cuts of the patchwork that were meant to be, like that, for instance. So if I was to do like that, and then get it like a really nice light cotton lined. Oh my God, they don't want to come undone. There you go. It will be nice to have like different kind of straps, different color straps, because they are all part of the same combination. I'm not sure how I'm going to be using. I only have these three dark colors, and then I have four. I have four dark colors and four on the lighter colors. So I would like to use at least the dark colors for the bodies, like that maybe. And then maybe I could cut these guys and add them in each side. But I also, I like to make something quite loose. I don't like to make it so fitted to the body. I like to make maybe like a bodice, and then trying to put a skirt on it. The thing is, I do have quite a little bit of those pieces that I show you, the little squares. Sorry, the hexagons. But it's not enough. And then I have this piece of fabric that I thrifted, I think last summer. Has a beautiful sheen to it. I'm pretty sure this is 100% cotton, and it is obviously not the same, but I think it goes beautifully with it, because it kind of it has like a bluish orangey. If you look at the threads, it's actually blue and orange, but obviously it has a shimmer. But I actually think it goes beautifully with these colors. So I think I could be making the skirt part. There's not a lot of fabric either, because, but maybe, and it's been cut some parts in the corner there. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if I'm showing you there. There's some part cuts in there. But maybe I could do at least, at least I think it would be as wide as this, more or less. Yeah. So I could maybe get a skirt out of this, as it is, just split it and put it at the bottom. So the skirt will be pretty simple skirt, and all the party is on the top. The idea would be to maybe create like that, and then maybe I could even cut this thing, make it a square like that. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? It looks a bit like an apron at the moment, so I'm not loving that much. But if I was to cut these two guys in half, and then maybe add the two halves here somehow, create a piece of fabric that is loose enough to have maybe the same width or a little bit less. It'll be nicer if it was a little bit less of, I can see there's a fold on the fabric here. So I might use this one as a ruffle, and then I need to find another fabric for the ruffle, for like the second ruffle. So maybe this can come as a first ruffle, and I can get rid of that fold on the fabric. And then I will have to have another fabric for the second ruffle. Let's have a look. As I said, I'm so sorry for the noises. It's very, very noisy. So let's come to the cottons and let's see if we can find something. I showed you this fabric a while back. I really love it. It's a little bit more pinky. It has a little bit more fabric. It has a few different flowers. Maybe, maybe this might work. Hold on. Okay, we are back in here. I hope I'm not making you dizzy. I'm bringing you with my thought process, and sometimes I wish I thought a little bit more before I start recording. Okay, so I think it's too bright. I think it's too pink and too bright. These ones are a little bit more calm and relaxed. I think it's a beautiful fabric, and I can't wait to make something with it. But I don't know if it goes so nicely with this too. Let me carry on looking. The problem being, of course, that I thrift for my fabric. So sometimes I have a little bit, and sometimes I have quite a lot more of each fabric. Oh, hold on. I just remember I found this one. I found this too that I started doing something with. Oh, I think this one, ooh, hold on, because this is, this peachy will also go nicely. But look at this one. Ooh, hold on, hold on. I like that, and I like that with that. Do we like this third one? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I like it a lot. What if I made the skirt with this one and this one? Maybe put this one first, and then this one is at the bottom. And then use this fabric, maybe combined with a little bit of this one to make the top. Because this one is nice. I don't want to include 4. I want to make it maybe with 3. This one actually is more within the color palette. But just because it goes better and it's a little bit more muted doesn't mean that's the one I'm going to use, to be perfectly honest. Sometimes I like to throw something that is a little bit not quite the same. I'm going to have a thing. She looks like a Japanese lady, doesn't she? She looks like it has a hunting jacket. I want so badly to make myself a hunting jacket for the autumn, or maybe like a lightweight for the summer. We shall see. Every time I see the shape, I really, really want it's hunting, I think it's called, and it's like really loose and cool and breezy and awesome, and I love the shape. It's gorgeous. So every time I see that, I remember that. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Okay, see, this is too bright for this. I don't think I like the white as much now. What are we thinking? I actually like this one. I think it looks a little bit more mature than the other one. The creamy one, I could do maybe... How do we like this? Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot more. I like to put maybe this one as the first tier of the skirt, and then this one as the last tier. And to marry the last tier of the skirt, I might use some of this fabric to mix it up with this fabric to try to do the bodice. And the bodice should be just like maybe like a square with like thick, long straps, tirantes, I guess it's straps, with like nice bows. And it will be nice to do it with this fabric if I can attach them, and then maybe attach them to a white fabric or something, and then turn it around. Oh, I can attach it to this fabric. I can use this as the bottom fabric, like more like the lining. And then this one, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know, something is falling. I don't know if that was your choice. I don't think I like this rosy, pinky flower as much as I like this solid purpley one. But I think these 3 colors are quite, they speak to me a little bit more. So I'm gonna combine these 3 colors and these little pieces, and we're gonna crack on. Okay, this is what I have arrived to. So I wanted to create a piece of fabric to be able to have the top part of the dress. So I thought, if I stitch this, I'll just pin. I just wanted to show you my thought process. If I pin the longest part of each motif together, if I stitch this thing here and I fold the top part of the flower down, I create myself some kind of tube. At least I will create this tube on the top. On the bottom, I would like to use this kind of little thing. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it. I might have to create this as like a big sash and turn it inside out and iron it so I can actually have this shape, because I think if I was to stitch the skirt here, it will look really cool to have like that shaped flower all around the top. So the idea is to stitch them all together, and I have, what did I say? 3, 4, 5. I think it's 5 of them. I have 3 more. I have 3 more, but I have an idea for 2 of them. So the maximum I can use for the top is 6. I think I have 8. So the maximum I can use for the top is 6. At the moment there is 5. I'm going to stitch them together and try them with me to see if I would be able to wear it myself. If not, not too much of a problem. Not everything has to be for me. I just want to do the example to do this exercise. I might stitch the zigzags. Anyway, I'm just rambling again. Let's stitch them all together and make like a long strip and find some cotton, because I thought about it doing this orangey one. I thought, hold on, I just keep on pulling things out and it just gets so busy here. I thought of using this, which is an IKEA bedding, duvet. It's a beautiful, beautiful medium weight cotton, gorgeous. But I think it'll be too thick for lining. So I'm gonna see if I can find a lighter color, maybe even white, even if it's a sheets, lighter ones, to do the things. But first things first, I'm gonna try to do the tube. That's the idea. And then we go from there. It will come to me somehow, I'm sure. So I'm trying to pin these fabrics to see how much fabric, to get the most out of the fabric. So I think if I put them together like that, at this point, this is basically the longest point where it's straight. So from the top, this will all come then down like that. And on the top and the bottom, they all will be doing this kind of flowery thing. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stitch them, pin them together like that. If I put this hexagon in top of this other one here, you can see that this line, from this point here to this point here is in a straight line. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stitch them all like that and see what sort of fabric I have from there. And then that will be the circumference of my top, basically. So let me tell you something. I've learned one thing. I keep on thinking in my head, I'm 100% sure that this fabric is either Liberty of London or Lyra Ashley, because of the way the flowers go on and the color scheme. So I took a picture of the darker one. I took a picture of this one because it's quite a distinctive flower. And I did Google Lens. I'm trying to see if you can see it without the reflection, so you can actually, very intelligent. So you actually can read it without the reflection. I don't know if you can read it. It is Lyra Ashley. I was 100% sure. My partner always says, you do know your textiles. I was Lyra Ashley, Liberty of London, and it is Lyra Ashley. So there is that. I am going to be pinning all of these and putting it together. And we shall see what it looks like when I stitch them. I have stitched the motifs like this, and I love it. I put it around me, and it's a little tight. I don't mind. Now, I stitched them. For the longer side, and just because nothing else is overlocked doesn't mean that the ones that I do now shouldn't be overlocked. The funniest thing is I knew I will find some kind of cotton, and this is like a high count thread sheet that I found in the market once. It's like really, really, you know, these super nice hotel rooms that you go and the sheets are super nice. Well, I found one of them. I found quite a few of them actually. This one is in my studio for me to work. So I'm gonna do like a tube with this one, and I'm gonna line it with this one. So I think the best thing to do is to stitch it, to place it down on the to place it down on the cotton sheet, and then just stitch it and go around these edges, you know, to have the scallop edge at the bottom. If I put it in the bust, I said I wanted the darker flower here. If I put it in the bust, you can see this is probably gonna be big enough. I mean, it might even fit me, because the whole idea is it's quite loose, like this type of fabric. I could add an extra flower, but if I add an extra flower, then it'll be very, very big. I think I'm gonna leave it just like that with these flowers. I really love it. I really love it. So yes, I think the action plan to make my life easier is to literally place this, let me show you, instead of just talking to you, I can show you. Okay, so that's my lining piece, and that is my top piece. So what I'm thinking of doing is simply place it down like this and going around one side. Just I'm gonna iron both, so it's actually nice and neat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go across here on one side, and then I'm gonna go and doing this size like that, and then taking my time to cut in the corners to turn it around, and hopefully I can turn around and these flowers look nice. I'm trying my best to follow the lines that have been drawn on the original hexagon, but I'm not going to be super crazy about it. I'm just trying my best. This is going to take a little while. Okay, so I started cutting the shape, and I thought you might want to see what I'm doing. When I get to this bit here, I'm trying to cut closest to the stitching, and then I'm trying to cut the white fabric along the existing thing, and then when I get to these peaks, in the hope that I can pull them out and it will look neat, I'm snipping them all the way to the, like that, closer to the stitching. So hoping that I can turn them over and they will be looking still like petals. That's what I'm doing. And then in here, when I come here, I just go and I get a really cut close to the stitching, hopefully not touching the stitching. So I'm gonna spend a few minutes doing this. So I guess this is the moment of truth. I tried to fix the little chop that I did. I added a little piece of fabric to reinforce it. It was just a couple of millimeters, so I don't think it will be a problem. I don't think it's gonna come undone. Oh, somebody's gonna have to iron this. I guess it's gonna be me. Oh wow, this is gonna take a long time to pull all of these petals out. I was thinking with these petals like this, it's gonna look a little bit like kind of a medieval corset type, you know? I don't do costuming. I used to watch a lot of costuming videos in YouTube, and it kind of got a little bit boring for me because I like practical things, and as much as I love beautiful things, I also like practical. So if there is a practicality to something, I don't do cosplay, I don't go places like that, it's just not my thing. So if there is no practicality to it, I don't think I care much for it. Okay, so that's not too bad. Let's give it a good ironing. And then let's, you know what I just realized? I wanted to have this one in the middle, and now it's not in the middle. I should have thought about that. Now it's on the side. Oh well, never mind. It doesn't matter. More scrappy. Let me iron it. I don't think it's too bad. Let me iron it and maybe do a top stitch all around. I think it will look neater and fresher. So from this type, let's see if I can make some straps. So maybe this type of colors. I quite like the darker color, I'm not gonna lie. I might do mostly dark, and then maybe add some of the flowery ones because they seem to be my favorite. Yeah, but I do have quite a bit of them. And as I said, I have a plan. I have a plan for two of the other flowers. But this one, I think I'm gonna try my best to do maybe the straps. I could just put in like twos. Let me show you. So if I was to do like this, yeah, and then like that. Yeah, I don't want to go through the whole hassle of having to do this 3 thing. Maybe I just attach it like that, and then I do the same thing as I did with that, making the lining. But I might just do it straight, to be honest. Although this color will be looking really, really pretty, to be honest. That will take me so much. Hi. That will take me so much longer if I was to stitch all around exactly the same as I did with the top, and then turn around the straps will have scallops. I think that will look really nice, actually. And I can do one maybe with the flowers, and then the other one with a plain purpley fabric, because that's what I'm feeling. Okay, let me see what this will look like. Okay, we are almost there. I've been playing with the fabrics that I show you, and I didn't like this one after I've done the top and the straps, and I didn't like this one because it was too heavy. So right now it's all pink in the mannequin, and I just wanted to show you because I really, really love it as it is. Right. So here is where we're at right now. So this is her. What I've done is all pin. Nothing is stitched yet. Obviously the top is. I have done stripes. I've attached as many as I could of this one and this one. Unfortunately, I didn't have as many of this color, but I think it's going to be plenty anyway. I'll show you the back. I think it's going to be plenty. I haven't stitched this tube together yet. And I was thinking, since I want to do it like a hippie kind of sort of thing, loose sort of thing, what I might do is I might close this top. I might close the top and let it quite loose. So it would be nice and loose for a size like myself or a smaller size. Now, I will attach this to the top, and then we can either crisscross these ones here and attach it with a button maybe to the back. I think that will be really cool. But all things considered, and the adversity that I have to buttonholes and things, I might even skip that altogether and just stitch it. But anyway, or I could do 2 straps and make a bow, which is like what I was thinking of doing in the first place. Anyway, that is for me to sort out. I might do that. I might just stitch it. It's quite a big gap in here, and I think it might fit me, and it might fit smaller sizes. And then what I was thinking of doing is literally measure the circumference of the top, and then cut the same amount of fabric from this fabric that I have, and just make the top, just make it like a long, almost not really, because there's so much volume. I don't think I need to do pleats or anything. That is what I'm thinking of doing right now. But I must admit, I'm really, really loving this. I haven't done the top stitch yet because I still need to attach the skirt to the top. And I might do that like that instead of just doing a lining here, because if I do a lining here, I kind of cut the flower, and I wouldn't like to do that. So I might attach it just going all around, taking my time to do that. I don't mind doing that. But another thing I wanted to talk to you about is the straps. So at the moment, I just stitched straps. They're not lined in any sort of way. I am not sure if I want to leave them rick-rack all the way. I was thinking maybe do the same thing as I did here. So do one side straight, and then maybe the side that is towards the shoulder to do the rick-rack. This is a super easy thing to do. I just need to do exactly the same that I did with the top. And I think that will look much nicer if you look at it like this. It kind of mimics the top, you know, straight line and thing, and then straight line, and I think it looks nicer, don't you think? Let's see. I think it's a little bit more intentional. Don't you think it's a little bit? I think, yes, definitely. Definitely I'm going to do that. I'm going to do one side straight, and then I'm going to do the rick-rack. And then I think I might close it around and put it like that and just make it like a really nice, almost a Kafkan, super cool summer dress. So let me do this straps and this, and I'll see you when I'm putting it all together. The painful job of turning all these little points out. I have done this pinky strap as long as the squares, hexagons that I had allow me to. I use all of them. I wish I could put a needle, like a big long knitting needle or something, to be able to turn the peaks all around. Anyway, look at how it looks. It looks so silly. But once I stitch it, once I iron it properly, and then I don't think I have a color thread exactly like this. And since I'm upcycling, I don't really care much to match the fabrics with threads at all. So I might still use the silver thread that I've been using. I use light silver for light fabrics or white color fabrics, because that's what I've got. I ran out of other stuff, and I'm not gonna go in and buy it for each one. That's just me. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing the second one, iron it, and yes, I will top stitch it because I think it will look so much better. It is awfully warm today, and it's not even as warm as it has been for the weekend. Anyway, I have done these lovely straps. I'm gonna attach them to the top, but I closed the whole top, so I need to reopen it. Let's see. So since now I have the tube that is the top, I stitched it, and now I can actually put the one that I wanted in the middle. And the one I wanted was the darker one, because I think it makes more sense to have the dark one, there's these two, and then a little bit different at the back. So what I'm going to do is I left this thing unfinished. So I have already tried the top, and I don't think I can wear it because it's very tight on me. But that is kind of the whole point I'm doing. I'm making lots of stuff for myself on the channel, and I just wanted to make kind of dresses that will fit anyone. I might do a drop of dresses, even if it's too late in the summer, it doesn't matter. I always wear these kind of things with t-shirts underneath anyway. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit late to drop a summer dress thing, but I wear these cotton dresses throughout the year anyway. So I'm going to open the dress and stitch the straps. I'm going to have to admit though that I love these straps the way I've made them, with a scallop in one side and a straight line on the other one. It kind of mimics the top, and I think it looks really nice. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to attach them in between the motifs and the seams on the motifs. I think that'll be fine. So I need to actually open this seam here. I finished the whole lining, and I still need to close the lining here. So maybe I could just help myself like that. It's easier. Yeah, I'll do that because it's just here. Yeah, it's here. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna have to go give it a good ironing again when I finish. And then maybe, hopefully, I can get one of my daughters to wear it for you to see. I mean, I will definitely try it on myself. I don't know if I'm gonna show you though. But I will definitely try to see if my girls will want to wear it. And if they don't want to wear it for the video, maybe I can get a picture with them in the community tab. I don't know. I'll try my best. Right, so that is that one here. And then I need to do this one here. And now I can actually go all around and do at least the top stitch on the top all around, so I can close the straps inside my iron stocking. Right, so I'm gonna put this one here because I didn't finish the raw edge, and I wanted to have the the scallops towards that side. Right, perfectly there. I'm gonna leave it kind of down a little bit. Put a pin there. So what I might do is actually just do a top stitch and catching the threads, catching the straps in. And then this one here, same thing. I'm just checking that it's the same distance of the peak here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, more or less. Maybe a little bit less. There you go. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is do a top stitch all around the top, and that will get my straps in, and the end of the straps are all nicely finished. And I think I'm gonna leave them like that because I just don't know for the person that's gonna wear it how long they need to be, and if they wanna do crisscross, I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna do the top stitch, and then I'm gonna cut the piece of fabric of this length, or maybe a little bit wider, not a lot wider, a bit wider, to make a like skirt that have maybe a little bit of volume, but the skirt is gonna go all around like that, because you know I like to make my life more difficult. So I really do love to make my life very difficult. I want to stitch the skirt all around the flowers, as I told you. So I'm just going, right, let me take this around. I'm just going around the skirt, just gonna try to see if I could pin it up so it'll be easier to work with, to more or less the same height, all of it. Okay, so I'm just pinning it like I normally pin it to make pleats. You know, I find the half point and I find the half point, and then I pin it. But it has to go under because the top, remember, is already finished. And all I want to do, ow, yeah, that was my finger, not the fabric alone. So all I want to do is, yeah, no blood, that's good. No. Okay, so all I want to do is the pleats are not all that pronounced. The skirt is slightly bigger than the top. I finished, it's basically a tube. It's basically a tube, and I finish it. So all I want to do is make it all around, but of course I'm making my life more difficult by doing what I want to do. I never make my life easier. I could have just done something regular. No, I have to go extra. I need to do the extra bit. Of course, I could have just finished the quilt that this lady was doing. I'm pretty sure it was a lady. I mean, the color size is something that, I mean, of course it could have been a man, but chances are it was a lady. So yes, I could have finished the quilt that this person was doing, but what was the fun of doing that? It's more fun to invent something else, invent something new. At the moment, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like a hot mess. It really does, because the pleats are not pleating like I want them to. I think I might take it off the bust, now that it's pinned all around. You know what? I actually don't dislike the silhouette, because this kind of has, this fabric has so much more weight, presence. It's not an easy drape, it has more like a texture and it stands up differently to this fabric. I think when I bought it in a market in Amsterdam, in the market that is only on a Monday mornings. And the guy told me this is a dead stock fabric, and it's 100% cotton. So I choose to believe him. It does feel very good. It does feel very nice. So what I'm going to do is just pin these pleats around however I can. It's difficult because I can't put right side to right side, if you know what I mean. I have to go underneath the top. But see if you, I do like the silhouette quite a lot actually. I do like it. I'm gonna see if maybe I could do like baste it first, so it's a lot easier for me to deal with in the machine. I might do that actually. I normally don't. I never baste anything, but I think maybe it's a good idea because it's really coming undone. I'd really like the silhouette, and I hope this is going to show nicely. Yeah, I think I might baste it. It's an extra step, but I think I can be a little bit more accurate than this. At least the fabric is being distributed properly, I think. I think I've done that properly. Yeah, I think so. I think it's all been distributed. Yeah, I'm going to take it off and baste it and then stitch it. And then, let's see. This could be really, really successful or a hot mess. We shall see. We shall see. I'm going around the pleats, trying to stitch them as they fall naturally. I did a loose basting. I made a loose basting all around the circumference, but I need to go up and down here. Trying my best to keep the fabrics flowing as natural as they should do. I'm kind of happy that I didn't do the top stitching until now. So now I only have one top stitching on the skirt. It's so long I'm stepping on it, and I'm not even sure I want to cut the length. Unfortunately for me, my bust is quite large. I actually think it looks absolutely gorgeous. It would probably look better on someone that is a little bit less busted than me. Obviously, I can put it up a little bit, but that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to go down here. Obviously, I can't do this straps because I need to measure how long I want it to strap them here. And it's a shame that there's not just like a couple of more centimeters for me, but I actually think the dress as it stands is absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love this detail with the quilting blocks. It's so nice. It's almost like it was meant to be like that. It is very beautiful. I love that it has almost like, really definitely big for her and too small for me. But there you go. I have the idea that it would have been nice to have like crisscross like that. Obviously you need to measure. That's why I'm having stitch it or put in, because it all depends who is it going to go for and how to do it. You know, it will be nice to do crisscross, or you could do it like that. You could just put some button and then just tag it there and leave this. That's what I finished, the raw edges like that. But you can see that all the edges around, and the skirt, they will definitely be much nicer, very, very long, like almost like an evening dress. I don't know if you can see the whole, yeah, it's almost like an evening summer dress. To go for the concert, or the more I talk about it, the more I look at it, the more sad I am. Oh, only to be the tiniest little bit, either them being a little bit bigger or me the tiny bit smaller. It's too tight on me, but boy do I like it. I absolutely love it. So I'm hoping to get pictures or a little clip of video with one of my daughters wearing it. I hope I can do that. If not, I will try to get some pictures with somebody wearing it on the community tab soon. But I just wanted to show you that when you go thrifting and you get some pieces of fabric that you don't think much of, sometimes you don't really need to go to what the obviously end project would have been. I wanted to make something a bit more creative. I am very, very proud of the whole finishing, the lining with a beautiful cotton fabric. So you can get to use fabrics that don't seem to have much cohesion apart from the color and the shape, but it actually make that such a lovely summer top, summer dress. You could do this with any fabrics that you find. I have a really awesome idea for these two flowers. I think, if I'm not confused, I have another one, but I still have a lot of the little patches. And you know what I found? I just found this one that obviously just as one single one within the pile. But I do have quite a few of them, and look at what I just found. I've been looking for them for a long time. This is a clue. These are my sashiko needles that I've been looking for the longest time. That's a clue, and I can guarantee you still wouldn't know what is that I'm planning to do with these two. I tried to leave the two of the same, just so to have a little bit more cohesion of the project that I want to do. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye.